Welcome, everyone, to Creator Rescue, episode 4. We're in the very beginning of all these things, and we're glad you're here. This is all about working with creators and finding the places where they're stuck and getting them past the stuck place in a way that allows them to move forward and to profit, which are both good things. And today we have a challenging one. Okay. My buddy here, Dr. Donna, um, has this challenge coming up. In 3 weeks, she's speaking along with 30 other people, and it's sort of like a pre-TED talk, right? Okay.
That's a good way to put it.
Okay. And each person only gets 5 minutes. Each person only gets 5 minutes. Now, think about that. What would you do if somebody said you've got to condense down everything you know into 5 minutes? And she's going to be on stage being filmed just under 5 minutes. Okay. And now we're going to pile on here. Okay. Welcome, everybody that's joining us. Welcome, especially everybody with that Donna has invited. And oh, I like that. Steve at Porch Light Legacy. That sounds cool. All right. Now, Donna's not asking for much in 5 minutes. She wants a talk that touches hearts, moves people emotionally, leaves them wanting more, anchors authority, makes them want to pay her without selling anything, and feels like the precursor to a viral 10x. Anything else, Donna? I mean, come on. Jeez.
Hey, if you don't have big vision and if you
Yeah,
don't say it,
yeah.
it doesn't exist. It never will because we create our reality.
That sounds like somebody that works with mindset. So, you're stuck right now because you got too much. Not too much good stuff, but too many stories, too many angles, or too much brilliance. All right. So, that's why we're calling today the 5 minute expert. So, as we get into this, Donna, help people understand who you are and where you're stuck.
As a
Yeah.
6'5" poker mindset coach, mind shift coach,
Right.
who has now been rebranded as a pocket performance coach because what I want to do is to help people be their own coach. They don't
Right.
need me. What they need is to be able to change their words. And I have been excited about that. Gosh, when I had my stroke 2013, I was completely muted except for 2 words, and I wanted to know that my mind shift exercises work, and I actually had asked for that about an hour before I had the stroke, so be careful what you ask for.
That was quick. So where are you stuck now? Help us understand what I talked about.
I'm stuck trying to figure out how to craft a 5-minute presentation, 4-minute, 50-second. It has to be
Oh,
under
well,
or
okay.
you're gonna be
Well, when you're at
buzzed.
that amount, 10 seconds is a big deal.
Yeah. It's what can I say in that short a period of time that creates that people know me, that they what I've experienced that I'm sharing touches them, and they say, "Oh, I feel that."
I like
And
I
it
like
addresses anytime you're doing something like this, it you want to address it to what is are the pain points, what do other people deal with? And as far as I'm concerned, if I'm looking at what I personally deal with, I see people dealing with it. It has to do with that perfection witch. And
oh,
today
that's a good word
on
for it, witch.
yeah,
So
actually, I said another word, but it's evict the
I
perfection
I
witch.
like witch. I understand the other word, but I like witch better. So part of it's what to talk about. How about which story to use, how to structure, any fear of leaving things out? I'll
Any
take that as
fear
a
of
yes.
leaving things out? Uh, eh, that's a memoir.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, that could be
it
a 5-day talk, right? So if you had to answer one question, um, what is this talk about? What would you say right now?
it gets back to perfectionism,
Okay.
if anything, because it's closing loops. It's the things that we still have open that we think, "Ah, this demon that we have inside of us that we have to be better than. We're not good enough." That is the epitome of the imposter syndrome, and I believe everyone experiences it on some level. In fact, I learned yesterday that there are 5 different types of imposter
That's
syndrome.
all?
Come on.
Okay, now let's take what you just said, and this is part of the whole task here.
Thank you.
Say what this is about in one sentence, not a run-on sentence, one sentence.
Thank you. How wonderful would it be to be able to evict the perfection witch in a blink of an eye?
That's beautiful and a good oh, this is a good sounding title. Evict the Perfection Witch. I'd see what that was about, okay? What do you want them to walk away with? One result you want them to walk away with.
I want them to walk away with a tool they can use immediately anytime this perfection witch comes up because perfection witch does not pay it doesn't pay rent, but it lives on different parts of our body, usually our shoulders.
Rent
That's
free in
right,
our
right.
heads and our souls. Um, so when they walk away, um, what would how would they how do you want them to finish this sentence? That talk changed the way I see what?
That talk changed the way
I see.
I see how easy it is to finish.
Ooh, see how we're narrowing down here? I'm loving this. Evict
Well,
the witch,
what I felt when you
evict
said
the
that
witch.
was I felt a satisfaction.
I saw that. Your whole countenance changed.
Yeah, that's what I want them to feel. I want them to feel relief.
I love it. I love it. Um, what's along with that or around that, what's one belief about the perfection witch that people get wrong?
That thinking something has to be perfect
Okay.
is is our inner self. Perfection, which is another word for procrastination.
It sure is. Those
It's
are close cousins, perfectionism and procrastination.
yeah, it is a close cousin. Yeah, it's like perfection, which is masquerading as procrastination because I think that's what procrastination is all about.
I think you're right. I think you're right. So, when they finish hearing you speak in 5 minutes, what do you want them thinking about themselves?
That they're better than they ever thought they were.
Ooh, that's sweet. Write that down, folks. Alright, so
Oh,
in 5 minutes, you don't prove expertise. You gotta demonstrate clarity, compression control. The goal's not, "Here's everything I know." The goal's, "Here's one idea. Only I" oh, this is important. "Only I could deliver this way. This fits so good for you." Um, so which which story can go in here that has the strongest emotional shift, a clean before and after, and reflects your authority without explaining it?
that's simple. I
Yay.
have I have been working on Evict the Perfection Witch course for a decade,
I
and
believe you.
yes yesterday was when I realized, "Oh, crap." And I have wanted to teach people about it, and teachers oftentimes teach what they need.
Isn't it funny how we do that? Yeah, I'm with you there. So this needs to be elegant, subliminal, um, wallet energy activation. um, okay, so demonstrating transformation, insight they didn't see, hitting at a larger system. Um, what question can you leave them with that lingers, that sticks with them?
What I have discovered in relationship to dealing with the perfection witch is what they call closing loops.
Mhm.
It has to do with finishing something, and the satisfaction that I've experienced over the past 24 hours? I'm gonna say it. It's like I have been on this journey of multiple orgasms.
You know, I spoke very briefly on a four-person panel, for it was Infusionsoft back then, and the woman behind me was so into it, she said it made her orgasmic, and then I had to talk, and I stood up and I said, "You know, it's the first time I've had to follow orgasmic." It was tough, but yay, alright, cool. Um, so this is about wanting to give them good stuff, leaving thinking and feeling better, and wanting more. This is the wanting more piece, okay? So, um, what doorway can you open without walking through it in your
Would
talk?
you ask that a different way for me?
Okay. Um, let's say that I was I'm not, or I used to be. Let's say I was a relationship coach. Okay. That opens up a doorway. Now I could say I could drill it down to the exact kind of couple I work with. Okay. But and I could teach them all my strategies and stuff. That reveals too much. You just want something that's an appetizer here.
It would be wonderful, and it will be wonderful because they're going to leave with this feeling and understanding that they have tiny things that are so special. Once they complete them, they're gonna feel that satisfaction
Okay.
because this closing loops is huge. So
Mhm.
I want them
Yes.
to feel that, and I guess if there's one thing I would say that is my strength,
Right.
people, "What's your superpower?" And I have no idea where it came from, except
Best kind.
I
Best
what's
kind.
that?
Best kind.
Is that I can see what other people don't see, and that's my gift, and that's what I like to do. It's like when I'm coaching poker players when they're in the World Series of Poker, or I'm working with a CEO who just can't figure out how to make these decisions. It's all the same. It's the life lessons that I got from poker. I said, "Wow, that's life." Everything that I learned transitioned perfectly to corporate, to relationships. You're talking about
Mhm.
relationships. Your what you would teach people in relationships probably worked in business as well.
I love it. I'm grinning about what you just said too, because I've spent my life hearing people go or say, um, "How did you notice that?" And inside I'm thinking, "How did you not?" Right? But we're all tuned to certain things, and I think that's part of our gifting. All right, now let's let's see. Mark's saying, I guess it's enabling or training people to read their own gait or perhaps your poker opponent's tells. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, what you notice, right? Um, so here's a 5-minute structure, okay, of of
Yay.
of 4 parts, okay? Um, the first part is the hook, a pattern interrupt, okay? So what could you say after, "Hi, everyone," that, would interrupt a pattern, get their attention, hook them?
What I have most often said when I got on stage is people would introduce me as 6 feet 5 inches tall,
Right.
and I would actually have the shortest person to introduce me.
Perfect.
And I would walk up, and sometimes I'd give them a hug, sometimes I wouldn't because if they were a man, they oftentimes being intimidated by me, I didn't wanna do that. That's when I was wearing that's when I was wearing heels. I can't wear heels today. Thank God for an injury because I broke my ankle and it was fused. I can no longer wear heels. But
That's a
in the
gift. It's
back in
a
the
gift.
day, I wore 6-inch platforms.
So you're
So,
walking around being almost 7 foot tall back in the day.
yeah, well, and I wore a black felt hat
Are
with the
there
pheasant
pictures or
feather.
video of this? I want proof.
Oh, man. Well, I've got some pictures. There's a picture behind me here where I had my portfolio that I had when I was attempting to model.
Okay, we'll get to those then. Okay,
Okay, so the hook is and I'm unsure how to lead it into the talk, you know,
well, that's
what
why
would
we're
you
here.
think. Thank you. It's like, look, let's get it out of the way. It's like the the pink elephant in the room. I'm 6 feet 5 inches tall. People hardly ever ask my name. What do you think the first question they ask is?
Oh, I love this.
Do you?
I love this. It's a good hook. So the first question is what?
You tell me. I asked the
Uh,
audience. Come on.
how tall is your husband?
Well, he's 5'3", and that I already told you that,
I
and we
know. That's
call
why I was
and
asking.
and okay, and when we met over 40 years ago, I was in 4-inch heels. We were speaking we were speaking, and he was convinced I was the big bitch, and I knew he was the little shit. So and we were,
Those make
and we
for
s
some interesting vows.
yeah, and we still are.
All right,
So,
there you go.
okay, what other question? Come on.
Do you play basketball?
Oh, funny you should sass that. Do I play basketball? And then there's a story, and it probably would lead into it. There's a story that I can condense
Perfect.
into about a minute, and
Okay,
that's
perfect.
about the fact that I played in high school, but not of my own volition. When I got to high school, there wasn't girls basketball. This was before Title IX and, in the
Yeah,
'60s,
I remember.
and I was such a poor basketball player. I would shoot and miss, and every now and then I would make a basket. And at the end of every game, I'd say, "Why am I such a poor basketball player?"
Ooh, no.
Oh,
Uh,
and fast forward 20 years, and I was on Our magazine with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And before we went on in the green room, Kareem asked me not did I play basketball, but he said, "Who did you play basketball for?"
exactly. And he's like 7, 7
7'2",
one, 7 2.
7'2".
Okay. Oh my goodness.
And
That's right.
I gave him the answer that and he said, "Well, what was your average over those years that you were in high school?" And I told him, and he started laughing.
Yeah,
And I'm going, "He's laughing at me," and he said, "No, don't you understand? Magic Johnson this year had an average of 23 points, and he's the best in the game."
yeah.
I said, Does that mean my 36-point average over those years meant I was a good basketball player?" He said, "No, you were a star." And
Yes,
at that moment, I
yes.
realized I had been counting the wrong things. I'd been counting the number of times I missed,
Mwah.
the
Beautiful
number of times I
story.
missed.
Beautiful story. What mind shift does that set up? Does that lead into?
That it's focusing first on what we're grateful for rather than where we think we screwed up.
I love it. I love it. Now, you got that 30 to 45 seconds for a close, okay? Um, is it a question? Is it a call to look inside? Is it a statement you want them to feel? What do you think?
A statement I want them to feel, but
Good?
my concern has to do with how I can take the basketball story, transition to the perfection witch, and end
Right.
up it to me
Right.
feels disjointed. You're the master, help me out
Well,
here.
because to put the perfection witch on a basketball court, you've gotta hit 100% of your shots,
Ooh,
okay? Um, and even the GOAT didn't do that. Um, we'll have a discussion someday about who that is. Um, and so, you could continue that, what's considered a fantastic free throw percentage in a game or field goal percentage in a game? Um, why is it that baseball players that hit 300, they're only successful 1 out of 3 times
yeah,
are
they
considered
missed. Yeah,
stars. Yeah, et
you
cetera, et
got it right.
cetera, et cetera. It's
I
planting
like
the seed
that.
that you that perfectionism is not necessary to be great.
I love that.
I think we got something here. Now,
Okay.
what's gonna happen next is I've already put together a bit of the tool that's gonna help you. It's called an instant creator, and those are just decision shifts that it helps people make faster, okay? And so I love what we've done here and I'll put some of that into there, and I can't wait to see I can't wait to hear how you do in 3
Is
weeks.
it a custom GPT?
What's that?
Is it a custom GPT?
It is a custom GPT.
Yay.
Yay. Yeah, because you mentioned something about working on one of those, and I wanna talk to you about that in
Okay.
a little bit. Alright, so my goodness. Um, so what just to just to close it out, what's say the title again?
Oh,
Evict the
e
Perfectionist Witch?
evict the perfection witch.
I love it. I love it. Would you hey, let me see a show of hands or a comment in the chat here. Who would go to that talk? Evict the Perfection Witch. I'll raise my hand, see who else does. Okay?
I love that. We got 147 people on here.
I
Yay.
know, I'm loving it. Thank you for inviting your friends. You have a few of them. Alright, so, um, here's the deal, folks. You've heard us talk about, custom chat GPTs, okay? And that's something I do, right? I'm gonna do one for, Donna, the 5-minute expert talk, okay? She's gonna get it for free because she's a guest, okay? I have created a way for y'all to get it too, okay? Now, um, here's the way it works, is you can get it along with my other tools that I've created at I'm sorry, Creator Rescue Headquarters, okay? Um, and the monthly price is the same as the price of the tool, okay? So, you can go in there, get that tool when it comes out tomorrow, okay? And stay if you like everything else, or you can get that tool, hang out for a month, say, "Okay, bye-bye," and you haven't spent any more. It's a magical system for doing it, okay? So, where you wanna go, and somebody type this into the chat. Be my co-conspirator here. My, well, that's good enough. Type in Jeff Herring, JEFFHERRING the letter H and the letter Q and the number 1. So jeffherring.com/HQ1. And you're not only gonna get all of those tools and a new one every week, but when we do this, you're also gonna get every one of these episodes, every creator rescue episode, um, every week, okay? And what I do for the people that are in the headquarters is I also give you an after show breakdown of why we chose what we did and what we may have missed and what we could have done differently and etcetera, okay? Thank you. Well, look at that. Dr. Donna Blevins typed in jeffherring.com/HQ.
You asked me to.
I did. I did. Okay. And also with that, you're going to get a infographic that's printable that you can just hang up somewhere and go, okay, here's how this works. All right. Now, um, oh, that's a brilliant question, Mark. How does ChatGPT help in human emotional responses? I'm working right now with a psychologist that's been at this for a long time, and we're building a suite of them. And the way you do that, here's the way you don't do it, Mark. You don't say, "Hey, Yvonne." You don't say, "Give me a video script on anxiety." Okay, because you're going to get the generic crap. Okay, some of us are old enough to remember when computers took up a whole room, garbage in, garbage out. Okay, what a properly trained and Donna knows this, a properly trained and constructed special GPT, um, acts like you, okay? And let me get can I give him a prompt for that? Would that be okay?
Oh, I think a prompt would be wonderful.
Okay, okay, here it is. Given what you know about me, whatever your name is, okay, and this website and my superpower, okay, how would you answer this question? Okay, so the big part is given what you know about me, my expertise and my superpower, how would you etcetera, okay? That will get you a lot. There's a billion. deeper things than that. So, as we wrap up here, folks, first of all, Donna, thank you for being a great guest. My goodness, this was fun.
Well, thank you. It's always good. Jeff and I have known each other for has it been 20 years, Jeff? We met in
It was
Atlanta at
yeah,
one of Purdue's conventions
yeah, yeah.
20 years ago,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, isn't that
a
crazy?
and it's wonderful. We had not crossed paths in a long time, and we both reconnected on Substack.
There you
Yay.
go, and here we are. And, thank you for being here and being a great guest. Y'all, thank you all for being here. A lot of places you could have been right now online. You chose to be with Donna and me, so we're grateful for that. Now, I want you to go get this stuff. jeffherring.com/HQ1. You will have the tool to do 5-minute talks, just like we talked about today, all built together, and you will get access for a month to come in on the monthly to all the other tools for the same price as the first one, so you're not paying any more. If you know you want in and this sounds cool to you, there's a way to do it yearly and save a couple $100. Um, well, not that much, about 100. Any final words, my friend?
I just would like to suggest whoever is on with us live or watching a replay, I'd
Yep,
like for you to think of one small thing that you can finish today so that you have closed a loop and you will feel a sense of satisfaction that is beyond you.
beautiful. I love it. I love it. Thank you. Y'all, again, thanks for being here. Donna, thank you for being a great guest. And until next time, go use this stuff, and we will catch you next time.